Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. While I was working on replacing the cord, ran across another problem. Minor thing, I hope. When I tipped the engine over, gas started pouring out of it. I thought it was coming out of the muffler. It's not, it's coming out of the carburetor. It's coming out of this bowl here. This hose is leaking like a sieve. Now I thought I had to rebuild the carburetor, but what I got is I got a hose here that's just not sealing up. Now it's fuel hose, but it's not the right kind of fuel hose. That means I got to take this off and get the right kind of fuel hose, which is disappointing. But I originally thought there was a problem with the carburetor itself. I thought I was going to have to rebuild the carburetor. Fuel hose is annoying, but not unworkable. Just have to pull off all the shrouds and get that hose off of there, put the new hose on. Yep, there's just no way around it. It's going to take a new hose. I didn't notice it when I first started it because it didn't do that until it got gasoline in it. Now you would think fuel hose that got soft when you put gasoline in it would be a detriment. At least I would. That's my way of thinking about it, and I probably will stay that way thinking about it. Pull that hose off of there and put a clamp on it. And I'm going to soak up that fuel before it spills all over the place. There. Well, that didn't work either, because I'm dumping gasoline all over everything. I know why, because it's coming out of that coming out of the top of the fuel tank. Well, son of a gun. Learning all kinds of new things about this. That felt thing doesn't work for the diddly. New lessons learned every day here at Old Sneelock's Workshop. The hose was loose, but actually the fuel was coming from that silly opening in the top of the tank where they just stuffed the gas line out of a hole. Pouring right out, because that doesn't work. Okay, gosh oh wallies, we got a whole lot of lessons to go through. Not happy about that at all. Well, it turns out that I have a piece of this larger yellow hose that is exactly the same length as the hose that I just took out. Actually, it's a little bit longer. And the larger yellow hose is a much tighter fit in there. This way of entering the fuel tank has been a concern from the very beginning. Because I didn't think it was that secure. So now we'll see just exactly how that's going to work. Well, the hose is much more flexible. I can definitely get the hose in there, get the barb in there easier. I didn't have to do any extra work to get it to go. Kind of screw it in there. We'll put the gas cap back on. I tell you, this gas cap is not a favorite either. It does not want to go on there right. Okay. Well, it's not leaking around the hose now. It's a tighter fit. It's actually kind of a compressed fit down into the tank. I got the hose on. There's gas sitting against it. It's not leaking right now. Of course, that's no guarantee that it's going to stay that way, but it's not leaking right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pull starter on it. And set it out in the garage. And we'll see if we have a successful installation of a hose this time. Well, it's been 3 days and no leaks. So I think we're okay. It was rather upsetting finding that fuel line leaking and then finding out it was actually coming out of the tank, which I thought was a bad risk anyways. Now, with a yellow hose in there, which is a larger OD, and I think really that's the big difference. It's a larger OD of the hose. It's a better fit into the tank. So that stopped the tank section from leaking. Not exactly what I would call a good solution, because I don't think the yellow hose is as good. Now, I don't know. I haven't monkeyed with it that much, but Louis tells me it's not as good, and I trust Louis. Can't find blue hose that size, at least not in any local places. I'll look online and see if I can come up with some. But if the yellow hose will last 10 years, it's probably going to outlast me. And this chainsaw is 30 years old, and the fuel line that was in there was a similar make. Can't tell you that it was yellow because it's really just kind of ugly brown over all the years of exposure. So let's see if we can get this thing started. Take a look inside the air box. Make sure that there's still no fuel in there. Yep, no drips, no leaks. But this thing keeps coming off. So I gotta get the bar back on there. But to do that, I gotta sharpen it. And I've been wanting to make a change to the chainsaw chain sharpening system that I've got for quite a while. So we're gonna do that next. Snug those up, give it one more test run. Okay. I think we got it. No leaks. Pain in the butt though. Why they came up with that idea of sticking the hose right through the side of the plastic tank, that was just being cheap. Just being cheap. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.